Hello, good day, everyone. Today we are going to learn chapter 5 progressions. Okay, so I need you to recall your memory. In Form 1 mathematics, you have learned this thing, right? In pattern or sequence. So everything, you can 2 plus 2 and plus 2 again, the number plus 2 again and plus 2 again. This one we call sequence or pattern, and you get the number. Okay, so this is called arithmetic. Okay, progressions. Okay, so if minus is the same thing, plus or minus is arithmetic progression. So look at the definition. It's a sequence of the number that difference between each term. Preceding term is constant. So for example, so it's constant, it's the same. The difference is the same. So this one we call arithmetic progressions. Okay, so this is what mean. T is means term. Okay, this one we call term. Okay, this one we call term. Okay, the term is the term before after minus the term before. The term here will minus the term before, and we will get the difference. Okay, so this is mean that the term. Okay, this is the first term, second term, third, fourth, and so on, fifth, and so on until the final term. So if we want to find out the difference, D is mean different. Well, we want to find out the common difference. Okay, we want to find out the difference must be the term minus the term before. Okay, the term here, the third term will minus the term before, and we will get common difference. This one we call common difference. Okay, so the term, let's say, I want to find out the difference, common difference here. The term 5 minus the number of term 4, we will get the difference, common difference. So the term after minus the term before, we got the different, common difference. So how to determine the following sequence is arithmetic progression or not? So for example, so the term here, the second term will minus the term before. Okay, the second term will minus the term before, I get 4. The third term will minus the term before. Okay, I get 4. So if every term, every difference is the same, we say common difference. Common is maksudnya sama. Common difference. Okay, this is common difference. So when it's same, the difference is the same. So this is arithmetic progressions. Okay, so let's check let's check this one. Okay, this one. Okay, the second term minus the first term, I get -4. The third term minus the second term, I get -3. The fourth term minus the term before, I get -3. So it's different. The difference is so different. It's very different. It's not the same. So it's not common difference. This is -4. This is -3. This is -3, -3. Okay, so it's different. So this is not common different, and this is not an arithmetic progressions. How to determine when the common difference is not similar? So there's not arithmetic progressions. Okay, so we have a formula for you. Okay, the formula for arithmetic progressions. Okay, this one is a plus n minus 1d. Okay, so look at here. Look at this one. A. A is the first term. Okay, A is the first term, initial terms, first term. Okay, N is a number of the terms. D is a difference. Okay, T term. Let's say it's just a first term, second, third, and so on until T term. Okay, N is the number. How many? They have number of the term. So here until here got N terms. Okay, D is a common difference. So try to solve the question. Okay, given that patterns here, so this is arithmetic progressions. So they have a common difference. So I use the second term minus the first term. I get 6. So common difference is a 6. If you're not sure, you can check others. Okay, so I get D is a 6. So just calculate one only because the question stat that is arithmetic progressions. Okay, D is a set. So you have to memorize the formula. A plus N minus N, N minus D. Okay, determine the n terms. So determine how many terms they have. Okay, determine how many terms they have. So you need to find out how many terms they have. Okay, so we use the formula, we use the information, not formula only. We use the formula and information, we substitute inside. Okay, we substitute inside. And then D, I got 6 substitute. And then I expand it. I get 5 here, I get 6 here. So 6 times n, I get 6n. 6 times 1, I get negative 6. So I get Tn equal to this one. So Tn equal to negative 1, 6n minus 1. Okay, so determine the n term. So, sebutan yang ke n. 第几个？它最后一个是这个。The last one is this one. Okay, next. Okay, determine the 18th term. Okay, 18 terms means that you just substitute 18 inside. Okay, so you don't need to substitute the this one because you already calculate for the last term. Okay, you just calculate when this one is 18, the number is 100, 0, and 7. 107. Okay, if the n is 18, you just substitute n 18, and then we get the terms. Means that on the 18th terms is 107. Okay, 18th term is 107. So look at the second one. No, I will show you the this one. Let's say, okay, this is arithmetic. This is arithmetic. This is arithmetic progressions. Okay, so this is 39. D is the second minus the term before. Current term minus the term before. Okay, so I get negative 3. Okay, so after that, what is a term? So we have to memorize the formula you have learned just now, you have memorized just now, and then you just substitute the A, the first term in here, and the D inside. Okay, so I get this one. Okay, I get this one. And then expand it. Expand it. Okay, negative 1 times negative 3, I get this one. So I get term T, term of n. Okay, so this is the term, n terms. Okay, so please determine the ninth term. So you just substitute 9 into the n. So I get 18. Okay, so check. Okay, look at the question. This is arithmetic progressions. So first, you need to find out the D. Okay, the current term minus the term before. The current term minus the term before. You have to remember brackets. Put some brackets. So when you open the brackets, this will be negative 5. This will be negative x. Okay, so 8 minus 5, I get 3. 3x minus 1x, I get 2x. So D is a 3 plus 2x. Okay, so determine the n term. So determine the n term. N terms in the terms. So Tn equal to A plus n minus 1. We want n terms. Okay? Okay. So n term A is 5 plus x. N I'm not sure. But D I know. D I just get. You just substitute the D inside. And then expand it one by one, yeah? Okay. And then you get the answer. You don't need to expand. I'm so sorry. You don't need to expand. because we need to use for this B. Okay, determine the 30th, 30th term. You just substitute the 13. Okay, 13 inside, you just substitute 13 inside and then you will get the answer. You just expand one by one and then you left the answer in X and number. So for all the question, we cannot know how many terms they have. Only we have the term, n term, sebutan yang ke n. Okay, so let's check. Next, determine the number of the term. Now we learn the numbers of the terms. Okay, so number of the terms. So the first, remember the formula. Hold on here. Okay, remember the formula. Okay, this is the formula you have to memorize and then find out the D. The current term minus the term before, I get 4. So this is D. Okay, substitute D later. A is 7. A is 7. Okay, so A is 7. So I get D. D is 4. I get the initial formula. Okay, so this is term and terms. Okay, sebutan yang ke n, sebutan yang ke n. So now I need to find out what is the number of terms. Okay, so this is the last one. So I just substitute 191. Okay, equal to 7. So I can find out the n term. Okay, this is the last term. So I need to find out the n. Okay, I need to find out the n. So I just substitute. Okay, and then I expand it 1 by 7, go to the other side, we can become minus. And 4 times n, I get 4n. 4 times 1, I get -4. Okay, if I expand it, I get this thing. And then 4n equal to, this one become plus. Okay, and then divided by 4. Okay, divided by 4. Hopefully no mistake lah. Okay, I use my calculator to press. I get 47. So the first thing, substitute the A, substitute the D, and then substitute the n terms, sebutan yang ke n. Okay, and then you just expand it. Okay, same. Okay, find the numbers of terms. Find the numbers of terms. So find the numbers of terms. So try to find it out. Okay, first D. The current term minus the term before. Okay, so and then I need the formula. And then I substitute it. A is 9. And minus 1, D is 7. Okay, so I start and then they want numbers of the terms. How many n's they have? Numbers of the terms. How many terms they have? So this is the last one. Last one is nth term. Okay, so it's 114 equal. You just substitute 114 in the term n, and then we expand it. After we expand it, 114 minus 1 plus 7n minus 7. Okay, 9 over here become negative, and then 105. Okay, and then plus 7, 112, and then I get 16. Okay, I get 16. Means that they have 16 term. They have 16 term. Okay or not? Next. This is quite difficult. Actually not difficult. Just it's a fraction. So choose the current term. Choose the current term minus the term before. Current term minus the term before. I get 1 over 3. So I get D, right? So I substitute the D inside the formula. I substitute the A inside the formula. And then I need to find out the numbers of the terms. So I substitute the term ends and terms into the formula. And then you do one by one. This one minus and this one divided, or you expand it like me. Usually I will expand it. It's more easier for me. Okay, let's say, okay, I will expand it. Expand one by one. Okay, it's up to you. It's up to you. 814 minus 1 over 2. So this one, actually, this one, I need to change to improper fraction. 8 times 6, I get 40. 8 plus 1, 49. So this one, I get 48 minus 2. Is it correct? Oh, this is 6. I'm so sorry. This is 6. Oh, this is 6. 6, eh? So before I do, I need to change to the common denominator. Times 3, I get 6. 3. So 1 over 3 minus 1 over 3. Okay? Then 49 minus 3. I get 46 over 6. This one negative plus. Okay? N over 3. This one become n over 3. It's the same thing. And then I using calculator. You expand it lah. Because I want faster, so I using calculator. 8. I get 8 for that. Okay. So and 8 times 3, I get 24. Okay. Yeah, can be. Can, okay, you try to solve this kind of question. Okay, next. Solve the following question. Okay. First, you need to find out. Okay. And term, the first term, giving this one. So we not need to use this formula. Okay. When the question given. Okay. Tn. So we use that. Okay. The first term is the 1. We just substitute 1 inside. Tn. We just substitute 1 inside. And then I got 7 for the first term. Okay, that's the common difference. So means that common difference, the current terms minus the term before. So I get the first term. So the second term, I use the second term. So I substitute 2 inside. 2 inside, I get 10 for the second one. Okay, and then he want the common difference. So common difference means that the current term minus the term before, and then I get 3. Okay. Okay, it's the same. Okay, next. Okay, again, using the formula given, he want the first term, we just substitute 1 inside. Substitute 1 inside, and then I get -3 for the first term. Okay, now I need the second term because he want the common difference. Common difference is the current term minus the term before. Means the second term minus the first term, I get D lah. Okay, so you substitute 2 inside the formula. 2 inside the formula. Okay, substitute 2 inside, I get the second term is -4. And then use the -4 minus the -1, -9. Then I get the D. Means that the D is 5. So the common difference is 5. Okay? Okay, so we check number 2. Okay, given the arithmetic progressions, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, determine the minimum values of n such that n terms is greater than 130. Means that the last one is greater than 130. The last one. So the first, you need to find out the last one is greater than 130. Okay? So this question, you have to memorize back the formula that you have. Okay? Formula that you have. So you find out the A, you substitute the A, and D. How you find out the D? The current terms minus the term before. So I get 1.5. Okay, I get 1.5 for that. Is it 1.52 minus 1? 1.5. D is 1.5. Okay, you just substitute. After you substitute, you just substitute the whole thing in here. Okay, so okay, let's check. You just substitute the D inside and the A inside. Greater than 130. Okay, 2 will be minus here. Okay, this one is divided. Left hand divided 1.5. Right hand side divided 1.5. So I get this thing. Okay, 1.5. Tolak. Torek, hilang. Okay, so n minus 1. Okay, 1 become plus 1. Okay, plus 1. So it's greater than 86.33. So n is equal to 87. Finish. Okay, next. Okay, try to check. Determine the minimum value that nth term means the last term, okay, is smaller than 50. So the first thing you have to memorize back the formula that you have just learned just now. A, you just substitute the A, the first term. D is what? The current term minus the term before. The current term minus the term before, I get the D, and I get -4. I just substitute -4 inside letter. And then the whole thing, after I substitute inside. Okay, so let's check. Okay, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, and then -4, and become minus over here. Okay, this one move over there, become negative 2, 1, 3, and then I get the answer. Okay, so I get this one. After that, I divided by -4. Okay, or I divided by negative. Okay, I divided by negative. When I divided by negative, the inequalities, the symbol of inequality will change to opposite side. Remember, when multiplication or divided, okay, multiplication with negative or divided by negative, okay, it will change the inequality here. Okay, so divided by negative, and then I get this one, and then divided by 4. This one divided by 4. This one divided by 4. And I get this thing. This one move to there, become plus lah. So I get more than 41.75. So n is equal to 42. Okay, let's check. Okay. Okay, let's check. The fourth question, the third term and the ninth term. The third term and the ninth term is 10 and 28. So A, T, 2, I don't know, 3, T, yes. And the 9 term is 28. Determine the first term and the common. Oh, how to do this? Okay, first, what I have learned is I know what is A, I know what is D. So I know is formula here. But the thing is I got the third one and the ninth one only. So how? Ninth? Okay, how? So the first thing, okay, what if this is the third? Okay, the third one, this is 10. Okay, and this is A, I'm not sure. N is a 3. The third, right? D, I'm not sure. So now I form a equal. Now I form a equation. And now I form my equation here, the first equation. So the second equation is a similar thing. 28 A plus N minus 1 D. I'm not sure. And then this N is equal to 9 minus 1, 28. plus 8D. This is the second. So by linear equation, find out the linear equation. How to find out? So actually, I prefer, it's up to you lah. I prefer substitution, but usually you will do the elimination. Okay. So the first, this is the second one. I use the second one minus the first one. Okay. So 28 minus 10, I get 18. A minus A hilang. 8D minus 2D becomes 60. So I get 18 over 6 become D. So 3 equal to D. I get the common difference. What is the first term? So I get the common difference is 3. So I just substitute inside or here. It's up to you. So substitute into 1. Substitute sub D equal to 3 into 1. Okay. So it's 10 equal to A, I'm not sure. 2D. D is 3. So I get 3, 10. A, write it properly. So 10 minus 6, I get A equal to 4. Okay? So the first thing, check the answer. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, check the question. First, remember the formula and then substitute what you have. Just substitute what you have. Okay, substitute. And then second one is the same and then linear equation. Okay, so the third similar question. A similar question. Okay. So you need to do the exercise. Okay, hold on, yeah. Okay, so you need to solve this kind of question. Just now I just show the example and solve it. This one I said number 2, number 3, you have to finish it. Number 4. Yeah, number 4. Until number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you need to check the example before I will post the video on the YouTube.